What is up, guys? Team Movements here, and here's Brian. I'm pretty much me. I'm doing my deck profile for, as you can tell, Sanctuary Guard. So yeah, I top was it at the last ARG. So I got like 5th place, not bad. Pretty good tournament, a lot of fun. So let's just start off with the starting Vanguard. Yeah, I topped with Sanctuary Guard. Very good deck, very strong deck. I was debating what deck to play. I was debating between Sanctuary Guard, Bluish Flames, and surprisingly, I was considering Kagero just to fight all the ripple matchups, but then I ended up just going with this deck. And surprisingly, I'm glad I went with that call because I didn't fight Ripple until the last 2 rounds of the whole tournament. My score at the tournament was pretty much, I went 5-1-1. Only lost to was to Frankie Payano, guy from my locals. Game 2, I decked out. Game 1, he literally hit the exact trigger that he needed, the exact drag tech he needed to kill me. I gave him enough for a grade 3 to break one of my 10k series and a crit. He needed 1 trigger and a grade 3 to kill me, and he hit crit grade 3, and I died that game, which I could have intercepted for a 2 grade 3 to pass, but whatever, man. He hit everything he needed that game. And then during the final round, it was me and Joey. We wanted to get a little rest before the top matchup, so we ended up just doing just a tie. Because we were at table 2 and we just didn't care anymore. So he got 3rd place, I got 5th place. And we were at table 2, so we knew we were gonna top anyways. So let's just get on with the deck profile. Starter, I'm still playing Tiffany. Tiffany's a really good starter. The reason why I play Tiffany is so that way I have my 3 Jewel Knight grade 3 Jewel Knights out early. She counts as 1 when I go into my my Symbolane plates. We'll go into when we get to grade 1s. Start off with grade 3s. Grade 3s, you play the 4, and I play 4 of the MVP for Sanctuary Guard. The grade 3, he just enables, he's like, because of his name, the stride's amazing. And not only that, with the limit break enabler, he's not bad. He forces your opponent to just take a damage right there. Limit break 4, he gains 3k power, only himself. He gains 3k power for every grade 1 or lower you have on board, so your starter counts as well, or if you call triggers. He has also an on-ride skill of on-ride. Discard 1 card from your hand, call 1 grade 1 to the field. So he enables his own skill and the stride skill. So that's pretty good. And if you draw a bunch of grade 3s in your hand, he helps get rid of those and gives you proper boosters. So really good card, Sanctuary Guard, always an amazing unit. My backup grade 3. I was testing out the deck, and for a while I was trying to decide what other grade 3 do I want to play. I'm not playing Thingsaver anymore. Like when you guys saw my deck profile from G4, I took out Thingsaver because I was only playing Thingsaver because there was Mega Colony at the time, and that way I have Legion to put my grade 3s back, and a good solid something for control in case my rear guards get stunned. But until G5, I wanted to have something more aggro. Altmile was not bad because when I wrote Altmile, at least my rear guards got big. That's all that I wanted. And sometimes my luck was really bad where I didn't hit the Jewel Knight damage, so then Swordbeam wasn't live. So I needed a backup where all my rear guards would still swing big outside of the Sanctuary Guard. Altmile did that job for me. So pretty much his on-strike skill is Counterblast 1, call up to 2 units from your hand. By the way, guys, 0 is a number, so you don't have to call anything. And select 2 units and give them 5k power. Other skill is Generation Break 2. Everyone in the front row gains 5k power. So that really helps when you can't stride anymore. Which, surprisingly, that did happen to me in one of my games. And with a stand trigger, I had a rear guard restand, so that actually helped out. Grade 2s, you play the best grade 2. Play 4 Sword Me. It's the best card ever, the Puma Cat, the MVP. His skill is, if you have a Jewel Knight damage, Counterblast 1 Jewel Knight, call 1 grade 1 or lower from your deck to open to rear guard circle. So pretty much, I can call a booster for him, a booster for the Vanguard, or a booster to another rear guard. Really helps, and it just Counterblasts 1 Jewel Knight. Really good. He's the best right now early game for roll pound we have at the moment. Really good unit. I play 2 of the new Jewel Knight that just came out in Vanguard Deleter. Really good. I wish I had more grade 2 space, but I don't at the moment. He's really good. His skill is this: if you have, when he hits a opponent's Vanguard, if you have 3 or more other Jewel Knights other than him, Soul Blast one and call another Jewel Knight. So he helps for that good early game rush. So when you have the starter, so you wrote him, called this, called anything. If he hits, you can call another grade 1. You can call Symbol and give him power. So it's a really good card right there. So I really like him. I'm glad we got him. He's a really good for early game. He's Soul Blast, so if you're playing Thing Saver, do not play him. He does not work well with Thing Saver. He actually, because Thing Saver is Soul Blast 3. Then I played 3 Violinists. Oh my god, this card was so good during the whole tournament. If your opponent ever crits you, if they're at grade 1, if you ride him, you pretty much get Sword Me out for free. His skill is this: on Vanguard or Rearguard, Cannon Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, call a grade 2 from your deck. Call Sword Me, skill. So pretty much, for them critting you, you got pretty much 2 units out on board for free. So that happened in 3 of my games, and surprisingly, in game 2, my opponent actually took a crit, and they put the crit and the power on the booster. So they learned not to crit me, because then if they crit me early game, pretty much I get a full board, and then I punish them for critting me. So a lot of players will stop just critting me, which I didn't mind if I couldn't call Swordman if they didn't crit me, because then I'll just call him for free. I never called my other grade 2, which is 9 out of 20 swords, because if I called him too early, my opponent would just go after him, because they know he's a very problematic card with Stride. 9 out of 20 swords was also a very good unit that I had. Skill is the Amber Clone. Cannon Blast 1, when he's boosted, GB1, call 1 grade 2 from your deck. So he enables you to get 4 to 5 attacks. I have my deck specifically made so I can always get 5 attacks. So very good unit, very good. It's a 2 of just because GB1. Kind of wish I could fit in 3, but grade 2 space is very tight. And I'm not a fan of playing 7 grade 3s. I do get great luck. I don't have that kind of, devil luck. 4 Jewel Knight Perfect Guards, because it's ARG, and my damage tends to not to like me. My Perfect Guards love to hit the damage, so might as well make them useful in the damage. So have Cannon Blast right there. Not only that, in case I fight Dimensional Police, I have the old Perfect Guards that can block my rear guards, because my rear guards are very important and I'm not letting them restand. The best grade 1 from the deck. Oh my god. In Jewel Knights he's okay, but in Sanctuary Guard this card is the MVP. If you have 3 or more Jewel Knights on board, when this unit's called a rear guard, rest him, pick a unit, give it 10k. So the combo was pretty much this, guys, for my early game. So, early game, I could be like this, cost, have him on rear, sword me, skill, call, give him plus 10k, swing, I hit because he swings for 19, unless my opponent dropped a 10 and a 5 to guard him. Then call him again, skill, plus 10 over there, swing with my Vanguard, swing for 14, and then he swings for 19, was unboosted and without triggers. That was my grade 2 game right there. If my opponent did that, if my opponent didn't see that coming, it was very awful for them. Because as soon as I would always call him first, ride him, call, and then he's live because you have 1, 2, 3 Jewel Knights on board. Then he's live because 1, 2, 3 Jewel Knights on board. Oh my god, this card's too good. Play 4 of him. Don't ever play less than 4 of him. He's a staple. And that staple is really good. So I played 4 of him. I played, where is he? 1 Delimiter. I only played 1 just because I wanted to play more grade 1s. You can play 2 of him. Just that way your Sanctuary Guard skill, that way in case they stay at grade 2, you can just make sure the Vanguard hits. Hits them if you're at 2 or 3 damage. Very good unit. He's usually the card I usually call out first in case I need Symboling. And that way I still have my Symbolings in the deck or in my hand. Very good card. I love them. Just that 1. I only play 5 Jewel Knight grade 1s. I usually get to them. Then I play 3 Stride Enablers. Surprisingly, I didn't have a problem with just 3. Yes, I have them signed. I got them when they first came out last year. They're in G1. Made sure I got my play set. My other one is in another deck somewhere. But I only played 3. You only need 3. Because since I play 8 grade 3s, if you play less than 8 grade 3s, you need to play 4 Stride Enablers. But play 8 grade 3, so he helps out. Very good card. Other skill is, in case I noticed I didn't get any Jewel Knight Cannon Blast, I would pretty much just call column to rear, reveal Sanctuary Guard, and just add alt mount to my hand. Helps out very much in those tough situations. And finally, my one tech, which a lot of people didn't see it coming, and it actually won me a lot of my games. It is Knight of Reform Pierre. So his skill is his GB1. If you have an alt-mile Vanguard, whenever a grade 2 is called, give himself 2k power and a unit in the same column as him 2k power. So pretty much that column gains 4k power. It's a very interesting combo you can do, and you're like, wait, Brian, you also play Sanctuary Guard, so you might not always get alt-mile. Au contraire, when we get to the G4, I do have alt-mile as my Vanguard. Very good card. The numbers on my rear guards were always ridiculous. Trigger lineup, play 4 stand triggers. These are honestly the best trigger in my deck right now. It's the only trigger that likes me at the moment in this deck. It won me all my games. It won me a lot of my games against Ripple, against the Mirror Mats, and against Shadows. A lot of people did not see the stand triggers. A lot of people did not expect the stand triggers. My friend Connor, especially when he was playing Shadows, because I made him go from 2 to 5 damage because of the stand triggers. Despite him drawing a lot of cards, you know, from Aura Geyser, hitting with Judge Bow, I made his hand immediately drop. As soon as I went to Sanctuary Guard, swung with a column for 26, he would drop the 2 10s, swing with a Vanguard, I would hit 1 stand trigger, restood the column for 28, then swing with my other column. So I would push him down to 5 damage or 4 damage and get a whole bunch of his cards out of his hand. So I told him, you needed to hit those draw triggers, and you needed to hit, use Aura Geyser. If not, you would have lost. Numbers for this deck get really big. Play 8 crits. Sometimes I wanted to play more stands, sometimes I didn't, but surprisingly, even with just 4 stands, I still hit them. I could play more stands. Not a fan of the cat, but it helps. Only crit that has a skill is this guy right here. Came out in G4. His skill is, if you have a Jewel Knight Vanguard, when he's called to, at the end of the turn, if you have 3 or more other Jewel Knights outside of him on board, put him on the bottom of your deck, draw 1 card, and shuffle. So he's not bad. I wanted to have him there just in case that did happen. I wanted to make sure I have all my crits in the deck. Really helps to just put a crit back in the deck and just get a free draw. Then finally, 4 heals, the pretty one, not the cat. Very helpful. I didn't heal on 6 at all in this tournament, but I did heal, enough. I needed my heal triggers. They help out a lot of my games, especially against Ripple. All right, guys. Strides. Staple. 3 Sanctuary Guards. Sometimes I did want to play 4, but 3 was always good enough. His skill is, if you have a Sanctuary Guard in the heart, every unit in the front row gains 3k power for every grade 1 or lower you have on board. And I made my deck specifically so I can always have 3 to 4 grade 1s on board every turn. If I have 3 and 2 grade 2s in the front row, pretty much everyone in the front row was swinging for 24. If I have grade 2 grade 2s and 3 grade 1s in the back, they were swinging pretty much for 25. Him himself, if he still had the starter, he'd be swinging for 40. If I had 4 grade 1s, everyone in the front row would be swinging for 26, 28. Himself would be swinging for 43. So very good unit right there. Very good right there. Sanctuary Guard, very strong stride. Early game, still retarded. If I wrote alt-mile, or if in case I had no board, I played 1 Gobblade just to force people to guard him. Skill is, if he hits, call a grade 2 from your deck. He's just a one-off. Didn't go into him that often. I only went on him when I wanted to force out my opponent's perfect guards. So when I went to Saint Blow, I can get rid of the perfect guards early. I want to get another one SP. Only have 1 SP. Played 2 alt-mile stride, which was very good despite me just because of Pierre. Because I played the alt-mile stride, Pierre was live. So if Pierre was already on board, alt-mile would just call another grade 2. And then that column will gain 5k. His skill is, you have flip a copy of himself face up. Every unit in the front row gains 3k power. It's continuous. If there's 2 or more face-up cards in your season, when you flip them face up, call a grade 2, give it plus 5k power. So pretty much that unit gain right there gained 8k power. Very good. And since the ability is continuous, he was very good in case I needed, some more grade 2s, or if I needed to, get Knight of Twin Swords out on board, or in case I needed to get Sword Me. Very good. He searches out for the grade 2s that I need. Very strong stride. I'm glad we got them. He helps out against all our bad matchups. Helps out right there against Kagura and Narukami, especially against Narukami. Just, they blow up my board. All right, I'm going to get my board back and make them big. And finally, the card that surprisingly won me a lot of games was Saint Blow Dragon. If you don't know what he does, Persona flip a copy himself face up. He gains, when you flip him face up, if you have 2 more cards face up in your G zone, if you have 2 roll pounds on board, he gains a crit. Then for every roll pound card on board, every rear guard, he gains 3k power. So you have 5 roll pound rear guards, you gain 15k power and a crit. If you just have a regular booster, congratulations, you're swinging for 46 with a crit. So if they don't have the perfect guard, that's 2 damage to the face with triple drive. So very good. So I got fifth place during that. Round 1 I fought Shadows. I fought him. Game 1 he won. Game 2 I won. Game 3 we both G assisted. He needed a grade 1. I needed a grade 3. I stayed at grade 2 for next turn. Then I G assisted. Luckily I had a strike neighbor, so I had the better edge against him. Round 2 I fought our friend Alex. He goes to our locals. He was playing Tatsukazes. I beat him game 1 and game 2. Round 3 I fought my friend Connor. Fought Shadows. Annoying. I fought pretty much all the Shadow players. He won game 1. I won game 2, and I won game 3. He was the one that he was like him and the other Shadow guy didn't expect the stand triggers and my rear guard swinging for big. So that was very good. He just didn't expect that. Round 4 I fought my friend Rafa. He was playing Blue Wave Tetra. I won game 1, he won game 2, then I won game 3. Game 3 was really bad for him. It was really not going well for him. So yeah, I was able to get the rush very early. I had Sword Me and I had him on board. It was just not going very well for him. Round 5 I fought Frankie. Like I said before, game 1 he hit everything he needed. I gave him enough for a grade 3 and a trigger to hit me. He hit them both. Nothing I can do right there. It's Vanguard. Game 2 I decked out. I was just trying to conserve enough 10k shields for his break right turn, so I kept him at 3 damage for too long, and yeah, I decked out. It was really awful, really annoyed me. Then round 6 I fought my friend Ben. I fought Ripple. I won game 1. Like stand trigger won me that game. Then game 3 was really bad for him. He whiffed with the Legion twice. Even when he Odysseus, he didn't plus at all that turn. So it was really awful. Wasn't going well. Round 7, me and Joey, I was gonna fight Joey. He had Ripple. We just went for a tie. So we're like, we don't care. We just want to get some rest, relax, get something to eat, get something to drink. We were there since early in the morning. We woke up early. We're like, you know what? We both top. Let's just, just tie right there. Then surprisingly there was top 16. I was surprised there was 7 rounds, unlike the other ARGs where there's like 6 rounds. This one had 7. So I fought Connor. I won game 1. Same Blow won me that game. Same Blow was that big crit. He won game 2. Main reason was because just my perfect guards do not like me. They don't like me. They love hitting the damage for some reason. That game I rode a perfect guard and 2 hit the damage, so it was awful. Game 3, same situation, but I just never saw my perfect guards. 1 hit the damage and the others just never came through for me. So I took Diablo at 2 damage to the face, survived it. Then I had a chest Diablo again. I hit. He only surprisingly I could have survived had he not draw check 2 crits in his drive check, because I was at 3 damage. And I healed, but because he hit 2 crits, I took 4 damage and that killed me. That was exactly what killed me right there. So I had to test 4 damage. I healed on 6, but he had to hit 2 crits, so nothing I can do there. But yeah, no guys, that's pretty much my deck profile right there. That's my Sanctuary Guard deck right there. I made this deck very aggro. Want it to be as aggro as possible, especially right now where there's just Ripple and just the mirror mats and shadows. The more aggro, Stinksaver is still somewhat aggro, but it still requires a lot of setup. And there's certain cards you can't play with Stinksaver because, sadly, as much as I hate, I don't know why people like Blaster Blade. As a mate, he's terrible. He does nothing for the deck. To me, he just grade 2. He just wastes grade 2 spots. Like, pretty much, if I had to play Blaster Blade, and I would pretty much just take out these 3. But yeah, guys, that's team movements right there. Oh, and my starter. Skill, put her into my soul, give 2 units 3k power. So I did a lot of combos. So MVP cards of the tournament, like I said, same blow won me games. Stand Trigger, Cymbeline, and Pierre. So these were my 5 cards that won me most of my games. Stand Triggers, you know. Once I was on the Sanctuary Guard stride, my rear guards were huge. One game, my opponent had like 3 cards in his hand. No, one was a Quintet Wall. It was against Ripple. He had no more Counterblast, and he had a grade 3. But I swung. He guarded. He was able to. By the end of the turn, he was able to guard. I remember those were his 3 cards in hand. And then I hit a Stand Trigger, and he asked me how big was that column, and I'm like, it's 24. And he couldn't guard it. And because his hand was a 10k shield, a grade 3, and the Quintet Wall that was dead, so that helped me. This combo right here, the Cymbeline and the grade 2 combo was very good. I was able to, you know, get out my grade 1 as quickly as possible. Forced my opponent to go to 3 to 4 damage very early. Very good right there. Pierre was very good. A lot of people did not expect Pierre. I played Pierre because in case I didn't want to call too many Dual Knights on board, because usually they'll go for them. Alright, Sanctuary Guard, pitch a grade 3, call Pierre. Helped out right there, was a good booster. And then as soon as I went to the alt mouse stride, just made those big columns right there. His column without triggers that swung in tournament was 41. Yeah, 41, because I called a bunch of grade 2s. And you know, the best combo would be you swing with him after you swung with a column. Call, if you have enough Counterblast, call Violinist, skill of Violinist, call Knight of Twin Swords over him. That way you get a bunch of attacks even without Stand Triggers, and with the Stand Triggers he's more devastating. So Knight of Twin Swords, very good, only 2-0, but the MVP cards were right there. They won me a lot of my games, the Stands, Pierre, these 2, this combo right here. And then I'm surprised Saint Blow won me a lot of games, won me 3 games. Saint Blow usually hasn't won me a game in a while. Usually I just have them there just to force out perfect guards. Because usually I kill my opponent by the 1st or 2nd Sanctuary Guard, and surprisingly with Alt Mile. They make it, but surprisingly I kept a track of my opponent's guard, and I'm like, Saint Blow, and just died right there. So, very good card. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's me, team movements, and that's my Sanctuary Guard deck profile, and I'm signing off.